Township to be back into this building. It's certainly also a great pleasure and honor to be able to serve you as the District Attorney in Delaware County. I can tell you over the years we've worked very closely with the Haverford Township Board of Commissioners over the years, working for the residents of Haverford Township as well as across Delaware County, so it's been a great partnership. Now I have the privilege to work with your police department, and I can tell you that in Haverford Township, your police department is second to none. The chief is here, Chief Pett is here. I also work closely with Deputy Chief John Viola, who worked and served with me on many different boards, including Homeland Security Board, and you should be so proud of your police department because of the accomplishments across the county, but certainly here in Haverford Township. I'm here tonight just to, number one, reintroduce myself to the residents, certainly to the Board of Commissioners, even though I've known many of the members of the Board of Commissioners for a number of years. But it's an opportunity to come here on behalf of the Office of the District Attorney. But it's also a great pleasure. I have with me tonight the new chief of our Criminal Investigation Division. I'd like to introduce him. It's Joseph Ryan, Chief Ryan from Criminal Investigation. We have 33 investigators, criminal detectives in our Criminal Investigation Division in the Office of the District Attorney, and we partner not only, of course, with Haverford Township Police Department, but also with all of the police departments, including the state police across the entire county, working on very serious criminal issues. We also have, you may have heard, our Internet Crimes Against Children unit that works to try to take off predators off of the internet that would prey on our children. We have a very aggressive unit that sometimes makes it in the papers more often than we like to talk about because of the different situations that we see developing across the county with child predators and with child pornography that develops, as well as people coming into the county preying on our children. So we're very proud of the work that our Internet Crimes Against Children detectives does, and that's certainly managed by Joe Ryan. We have, again, a number of individuals that serve as support for our criminal investigation divisions, and in the district attorney's office, we have almost, including myself, 60 attorneys that are working day in and day out to protect Delaware County and to handle. In 2010, there was almost 10,000 misdemeanors and felony cases, but now it somewhat has subsided. We're dealing with between 8,000 and 9,000 cases that are classified as misdemeanors and felonies. However, that does not count the traffic ticket cases, or what we commonly refer to in the office as summary offenses. So they work very hard. All of the personnel is used day in and day out to try to protect the residents of Delaware County, whether it's something considered an economic crime in your neighborhood, or whether it's something, God forbid, more serious, a robbery, rape, or God forbid, a homicide. We're very aggressive. We have a separate homicide unit that works with Haverford Township detectives to solve any of those cases that may come into your neighborhoods. So we're going to continue to work aggressively to make sure that Haverford Township continues to be just a great place, not only to live, but to work, and certainly to raise your family. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that any member of the commissioners have, or any member here today, any resident here today would have concerning the Office of the District Attorney.
Are there any questions from the audience for the District Attorney? And from the Board of Commissioners?
Yes, I just wanted to say I've been to several of the senior citizen meetings they have, like at the Springfield Country Club and Drexel Brook, and I know your office demonstrates to the seniors what to watch out for. There are all these scams that are out there, and you do a great job. And are you adding anything to that? Because it's certainly a great program the way it's run right now.
We have a senior exploitation unit. We also have a very extensive economic crimes division in the Office of the District Attorney that's staffed by many detectives highly trained in economic crimes, many of whom are accountants by trade or have experience in accounting. They work when you see different cases involving employers or employees or embezzlement type of cases. They usually handle those. But as a sub-part of that is our senior exploitation unit. We are looking to expand the senior exploitation unit by adding assistant district attorneys that are going to also work with county detectives in looking at crimes that affect the elderly. Not only crimes that involve economic crimes where senior citizens sometimes they'll use con games to trick them out of money, or sometimes even large amounts. Sometimes they're very nest egg that they save for. We're looking at individuals to help protect those instances, but we're also looking at physical abuse crimes, crimes where people will take advantage of the elderly, sometimes in a custodial setting where they're taking care of them, a home health care employee, a nursing facility, or even just a friend or neighbor that may come in and commit physical abuse to the elderly. So we're looking at it from both fronts, both an economic front and also a physical abuse front, and we're hoping to expand into those two areas with more personnel.
Okay, anybody else have any questions?
It's one out.
Okay, yeah, I have one more.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, Frank.
Hey, how are you? I'm Brendan Goggin. I appreciate you being here. I was thinking just off the top of my head, identity theft. I know some friends that have that's a newer crime. Some conceivably considered innocuous, but it's really not. The amount of time and effort people have to go into it. Does your office take on a lot of that? Are you seeing more and more of that?
We see more of it. We don't take on as much of it. Sometimes the local police departments will work on it, but as it falls in, identity theft, of course, falls into economic crime because people are stealing your identity for one purpose typically, and that's to get into your bank account or use your identity to purchase items. And so from our economic crimes division, we have worked with identity theft on a number of occasions. And we do see it somewhat expanding, and so we tell people to use shredders to make sure that you're not putting personal information out into the trash, or making sure you don't give it to people that call you. That's another problem. People will call and they'll ask for personal information over the phone, and sometimes our senior citizens become victims of this type of crime where they're getting personal information from them, and you don't want to do that. You never want to give that kind of information over the phone, and you want to have a shredder to make sure you're destroying personal information. So hang up and cut up is what we're telling people.
Hello, Jack. It's nice to see you tonight.
Good
I
seeing
have
you
a
again.
question for you, which is currently on the table throughout the country. Recognizing that law enforcement cannot handle everything that comes its way, they've had cooperation with citizens groups, which are forming town watches. What role has the district attorney's office taken with the police departments concerning town watches in Delaware County, and how many are there?
Well, you hit the nail on the head, first of all, that the police can't be everywhere, and we certainly recognize, and I think the residents recognize that. So we need people to be the eyes and ears of our police department, and whether that's someone just seeing something suspicious in their neighborhood as they're getting out of their vehicle, or whether it's in an organized town watch group. One of the things we're telling people, and we've been telling them this for years, it hasn't changed in recent events, and that is, do not jeopardize yourself. Do not encounter anyone, whether it be physically or verbally. Make sure that, with today everyone carrying a cell phone, if you have the opportunity to take the picture of a license plate, or you have the opportunity to take the picture of someone walking down the street that you think is suspicious or doing suspicious activity, and you can videotape that, that is all within the confines of the law and can be done. But please don't engage that individual. Don't come into contact with that individual. Call the police, let the Office of the District Attorney do their job, and with that, I think we'll be able to succeed. And I think you'll be able to protect yourself or whomever you're with from any type of confrontation or physical assault yourself. As far as how many municipalities have town watches, we're not sure the exact numbers as I stand here today. Many police departments help coordinate town watches, but most of those police departments would tell their town watch programs the same thing I'm telling you tonight, and that is just be careful and don't do anything yourself that could jeopardize yourself.
Just call 911, right?
That's very helpful. We have a great 911 emergency communication system. Every single municipality now is onto our 911 system. It's a state-of-the-art system, and we have call takers that are highly trained and dispatchers that are highly trained. And if you call them, they'll get the information from you. And in most municipalities, in most police departments, they'll be able to dispatch a police vehicle literally within minutes of that call. And Haverford's no exception. In fact, Haverford is the rule to that, where they're constantly having patrols, and it's such a well-run police department that once you dial 911, that dispatcher will have that vehicle to your house literally within minutes right here in Haverford Township.
And can I just end up by saying, and I want to congratulate the district attorney. Last year, I don't know if everybody remembers this, but last year, unfortunately for the robber in Ridley, Mr. Whelan went into the CVS in Ridley, and the robber was taking a knife, the box cutter, and literally stabbing the manager of the store. Because of that, Mr. Whelan, along with another gentleman by the name of Whelan, no relation, subdued this man and took him to the police, and everything was settled. And fortunately for the manager of the store, he survived this without any real serious injuries, thanks to Jack Whelan. So congratulations from Haverford Township, Jack. You did a fine job. We love this hands-on man. Come back some more time.
Thanks. Certainly nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. And Chief, thanks.